Okay, so here we have a long question on karst landscapes from the 2016 Junior Cert Geography paper. So explain with the aid of a label diagram how any one underground feature in a karst landscape was formed. So we're going to go with stalagmite. Okay, so that's our underground feature. So when a weak carbonic acid is formed by water, which is H2O, and carbon dioxide, which is CO2, mixing in the atmosphere, it reacts with calcium carbonate present in limestone and dissolves it. So cracks form in the limestone by this weathering. These are called grikes. And once further eroded, become swallow holes, which get deeper and deeper, as well as wider. Eventually now this would take millions of years, but eventually forming a cave. So now we're underground, so now we can go into how the actual features underground form. So the weak carbonic acid underground, so the weak carbonic acid once underground loses its water through evaporation. And this leaves a deposit of calcite on the ceiling of the cave. So the weak carbonic acid, we know that that was formed from CO2 and H2O, which is water. So then when the H2O is evaporated, it leaves a small deposit of a material called calcite, and this is left on the ceiling of the cave, and then this builds up to form an icicle-like shape. Hanging from the ceiling, called a stalactite. So sometimes some of the calcite drips onto the floor below the stalactite. And builds up on the floor to form a cone-like structure. So like an upside down icicle structure. So it's like a stalactite but on the floor. Cone-like structure. called a stalagmite. Stalagmite. Now to help you, these words are quite similar, so to help you remember it, the C in stalactite stands for ceiling, and the G in stalagmite stands for ground. Now, so that's the formation of a stalagmite. Now we're just going to draw a simple diagram just to help explain it. So we're going to draw a really basic diagram of a cave. So we're going to put in our swallow hole, which is the entrance point, so that's where it was first created. So swallow hole, then so that would have spread out. Then we have the deposits of calcite which build up to form stalactites. Okay, so stalactite. And then we have the drops of calcite falling below onto our stalagmite. So we'll just draw another one. They're generally directly below a stalactite because they drop down from the stalactite, as you can see I drew in there. Okay, so that's our diagram there, and we're just going to give an example of where you can find a stalactite, which would be in the Elwy Caves in County Clare. Yeah, so that's our long question complete on a karst landscape.